4 big little legs. Skinny kid with plenty.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's ZTAY, aka Lil Red. Listen, we got how a child prodigy became an NBA legend. I know people been telling me to react to it. All the Mavs fans, Luka fans. Here we go, man. 17 minutes long, and we're gonna be taking a look at Luka's life.
Before he turned 19, he won everything. But somehow, he wasn't the first pick in the NBA draft. 6 years and many records later, Luka Doncic is one of the most talented basketball players ever.
My basketball journey has been a lot of fun. I've always had a ball in my hand.
In this video, we'll analyze the amazing talent of Luka Magic and tell the unlikely story of how a kid from Slovenia became one of the biggest stars in the NBA.
Luka is for real now.
Luka's father, Sasha Doncic, was a professional basketball player in Slovenia. So Luka grew up around the game. He wasn't even old enough to talk when he first saw his father play live.
Well, my father played, so I was always in contact with basketball. Every time he had a game.
I'm not gonna lie, I wish my family played basketball. I was the first person in my family that even wanted to play basketball, bro.
Halftime or before the game, I was gonna shoot. Even if I couldn't hit the rim because I was like 3 years old.
And at the age of 5, Luka was already regularly playing basketball.
That's crazy.
By the age of 8, he went to his first real basketball.
Bro, I'm sorry, this does not look like a 5-year-old, bro. There's no way he's 5 right here. Bro, he looks like he's like 13. This is what I look like at 13. When I was 5, I probably looked like I was 3, bro.
Luka was already regularly playing basketball. By the age of 8, he went to his first real basketball practice, which lasted precisely 16 minutes. That was all it took for his coach to realize that Luka was miles ahead of everybody in his age group. So he moved him up to play with the 12-year-olds. However, even that wasn't a real challenge for Doncic. After a few practices, the coaches gathered to talk about the young phenom and decided to move Luka from the basketball school to Olympia's club team, intended for the most serious athletes.
Since I was 7, I always watched basketball, played basketball. So
7 and 8, they moved him to
The
that.
first few years, Luka wasn't that dominant and often played a complementary role, never leading a team in scoring. Because he was 3 years younger than everybody and his feet had grown ahead of his body, he was sometimes clumsy and couldn't always do what he wanted on the court. But ultimately, this helped him develop his basketball IQ and his fighting spirit. Even though the age gap affected how his teammates related to him off the court, treating him like a younger brother, Luka refused to be treated that way on the court and never allowed anybody to bully him. The first time Luka played with kids his age,
bro, please tell me these were not his teammates.
That way on the court and never allowed
Bro, this man is balding. There's no way that was his
anybody
teammate
to bully him. The first time Luka played with kids his age was when he was 13 during an international under-13 tournament in Rome. Luka was 5'11" at the time, and his basketball skills and IQ were far ahead of any 13-year-old in the world. He ran circles around defenders, made no-look passes, and sank silky smooth jumpers. In the final game of the tournament, Doncic scored a 54-point triple-double, leading his team to a 104-76 victory, and was awarded the tournament MVP, averaging 34 points per game. Luka was so dominant that every youth scout in Europe was amazed. And suddenly, the secret was out. He became the most sought-after 13-year-old athlete in Europe, not just in basketball. 6 months later, he left his parents and moved to Real Madrid, which was a very risky move at the time.
That's crazy, bro.
I had to leave all my family,
13?
all my friends, the school I was there, everything, so...
He was mature as a child also, but if you go away from
you had to
home
grow up
with
fast,
13 years
bro.
old,
13, bro.
So this helped
13.
him to develop
Can you imagine leaving your family at 13?
basketball.
Oh yeah, you already knew he was gonna make it to the pros.
Nobody. Actually, I almost didn't speak English either. Like, I just know how to say hello, how are you, and that stuff. Nobody spoke my language.
Where is Real
I didn't
Madrid?
speak Spanish, so it was really tough. And that's how
Spain?
I learned Spanish so quick. In 3 months, I was like just doing nothing, just be there,
Spain.
listen, be quiet.
Luka didn't know Spanish, he was far removed from his parents at a very young age, and maybe even more importantly, Real Madrid wasn't invested so much in basketball, as they were very much a football club first and foremost, and the basketball team hadn't won a single trophy in 5 years. Going to Madrid or Barcelona as a young player, no matter how talented they are, more often than not isn't a winning combination. And the number of young players who go there and never play for the first team is huge. But Luka wasn't going to back down from a challenge.
Was he the youngest person on the team?
With older kids, dominating youth tournaments and winning MVPs. He quickly learned the language and acclimated to Spanish culture. And after just 2 years, at the age of 15, he started practicing with the senior team. At 16, he made his debut for Madrid, becoming the youngest player ever to play for Real and the third youngest debutant in league history. For the 2015-16 season, Doncic became a regular member of Real Madrid's senior team. And when he made his EuroLeague debut, he became only the 21st player ever to play in the EuroLeague before turning 17.
And he was 17, and he would make some passes that I don't even know how he was doing that. And his IQ was so good at 17.
And then in the 2016
That's because he's been playing pro since he was 5 or 13. But you know what I'm saying? That's crazy, bro. It's definitely not a normal life. He's wearing some KDs, it looks like.
16-17 season, Luka exploded. In December of 2016, before he even turned 18, Doncic became a Player of the Week in the Spanish League. And 4 days later against Zalgiris, he was named MVP in the round of the EuroLeague, becoming the youngest player ever to do so. But it's not only the accomplishment that was impressive, it's how Luka did it. He took 2 clutch shots in the last minute of the game like a cold-blooded vet, making both to win the game.
Doncic, another 3, oh my God!
Luka also wasn't just some reserve that got hot. He was actually a starter and the best player on the floor in
Bro, I didn't know I played back then.
Just some reserve that got hot.
My
He was
goodness,
actually
bro, look, they caught me in a photo with Luka back in the day. You know, I used to,
a starter
I used to rep
and
the
the
green.
best player on the floor in the strongest competition in Europe. No 17-year-old should be able to take over a game like that, wave off his teammates in the clutch, and take those shots with no fear. But Luka was bred all his
How
life
old
for
were
those
the
moments,
players
always
that
playing
he was
against
playing
more
against?
experienced competition. By the end of the season, he was named EuroLeague MVP of the round 3 more times, was awarded the EuroLeague Rising Star by a unanimous vote, and claimed the Spanish League Best Young Player award. After the season, Luka joined the Slovenian national team to compete in the 2017 EuroBasket. There he formed a backcourt with Goran Dragic, a guy that used to play with his
like
dad
Goran.
when Luka was just a 6-year-old ball boy.
Lefty,
He was
bro.
like 2, he would come and watch, he would be at practices.
He was 2? That's crazy. That's how old Goran is, bro.
He was like 2, he would come and watch, he would be at practices. When he was older, like 8, 7, he would be a ball boy or come watch the game. So
Fast forward 11 years, and they formed the best backcourt in Europe, where Dragic drove the opposing guards crazy with his speed, while Luka dissected defenses with surgical passing. And while Dragic was clearly the best player on the team, Slovenia actually looked more
Dragic was
stable
nice,
when
bro.
Doncic organized the offense, making perfect decisions on almost every possession. In Slovenia's 103-97 win over Latvia in the quarterfinals, Luka scored 27 points and grabbed 9 rebounds. In the semifinals against Spain, he recorded 11 points, 12 rebounds, and 8 assists, with 0 turnovers. And Slovenia won again. In the
Damn.
final against Serbia,
Spain?
Luka had 8 points and 7 rebounds.
He takes it all the way.
Serbia?
How about that from Luka Doncic?
Before
Wait, was Jokic playing? There's Jovic. I see Jovic.
points
That
and
might
7
be a different
rebounds.
Jovic,
Takes it
though.
all the way. How about that from Luka Doncic?
Before exiting the game in the third quarter due to an injury. But Dragic was an unsolvable mystery for everybody. And with his 35 points, Slovenia won gold.
Oh,
Dragic
damn.
was named the tournament MVP, and Luka made the all-tournament team, averaging 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists.
So Luka got carried. I'm just kidding, bro.
He's a born winner, so.
Dragic is nice, bro. I'm telling
kidding.
you.
Mark my words, he's gonna be one of the best in the whole world.
When the 2018 club season started, there wasn't a question of who was the best player and leader at Real Madrid.
Okay.
Luka grabbed the keys to the offense and started orchestrating his teammates, often waving his hand at vets when they started to screen without being invited. This kind
Yeah,
of moxie
let 'em
and
know.
complete understanding of basketball was
He
something
still did that move back in the
without being
day, bro.
invited. This kind of moxie
That man just goes between,
And
snatch,
complete
tween,
understanding
snatch.
basketball was
That's the
something
movie
never
could
seen
go bear
before,
with.
at least not by an 18-year-old. However, Luka backed it all up with his game. He dominated both in the Spanish League and the EuroLeague, winning multiple Player of the Round and Player of the Month awards, again becoming the youngest player to do it.
I don't have really words right now. It's amazing feeling, very special for me, and I'm so glad to have this team.
How long are the seasons?
Teammates, to have these coaches, to have everybody in my team, and I'm really happy.
He recorded the first triple-double in the Spanish League since 2007 and only the 7th in league history. If you think that's strange compared to the NBA, bear in mind that European players rarely average over 25 minutes per game. Throughout the season, Luka hit multiple game winners and clutch shots, and it seemed like he could do no wrong.
Oh my God.
Doncic led.
Okay, so United States is the only country that overplays their players, basically, is what I'm hearing. How come they only play their players 25 minutes a game? US plays them 40 plus in an 82 game season. That's why so many players get hurt, bro.
Led Real Madrid to the EuroLeague title, becoming the youngest player ever to win MVP of the Final Four and the youngest ever to win regular season MVP. After that, he did the same thing in the Spanish League, leading Real to the title and winning the season MVP.
It's amazing, it was really hard to get here. The whole season, I always say, I think this was one of the best seasons in EuroLeague. Anything could beat you, so I'm very, very happy to be here and play this final.
In just 3 years of being a pro, Doncic became the LeBron of European basketball, a guy who doesn't need any actions called for him and can run the entire offense by himself.
Bro, there was one time I was playing at 24-Hour Fitness and this team from Russia came over. They were younger than me too. They beat our ass. It was embarrassing, bro. Like, they just had so much chemistry. We didn't know what to do. So I just always wanted to be a part of one of those teams, bro.
With an almost perfect overview of the game, Luka was equally good at finding passing lanes for his teammates or creating space for his own shot. He wasn't fast, but he always got where he wanted to go on the court. He wasn't athletic, yet he could always get defenders off balance. And his shot wasn't perfect, but he always seemed to hit big shots when it mattered the most. A reason for Luka's dominance is how he trained his body. He had been visiting the P3 Institute in Santa Barbara since he was 16.
For real?
I went twice to Santa Barbara to work.
Santa Barbara?
P3.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Damn.
Okay.
Great place.
Where's
P3
JJ?
was developed with a scientific approach, where the athlete is monitored through sophisticated cameras and
So he's always been coming to the US then, since he was a kid. Bro, Santa Barbara is low-key kind of close to where
sensors
I'm
that
at.
scan every athlete's movement from all angles,
Not
and
really,
then
but
through a computer
couple hours
software
away.
analyzes their strengths and weaknesses. The
SoCal.
athletes are given detailed training plans to correct their deficiencies observed in performance with a focus on mobility,
He was
speed,
definitely serious,
and agility.
bro.
When Doncic first got there, they worked on his mobility and explosiveness. And according to their data, Luka became elite in one specific parameter: deceleration.
Luka Doncic is not a
Deceleration.
vertical or linear athlete, but he's got
Breaks.
the best breaks in the world.
Most NBA players are fantastic when it comes to acceleration. From 1 to 100, they go like a Ferrari. Unlike them, Luka goes from 100 to 0 in the blink of an eye, which is very important when attacking with the ball in his hands.
Bro,
Yeah, I
the
think
thing is, deceleration is actually like not easy on your muscles, bro. Like, it's hard to go deceleration, to stop quickly. I think another person who's really good at it is SGA, because SGA is not the fastest player in the world, but you see how quick he could stop.
Just playing at my own pace, I think a lot of guys appreciate that. It's been different, than some guys, they're really athletic. I wish I was, but playing at my own pace is what gives me some moment to think.
And despite
Yeah,
Luka
facts.
breaking nearly every record in the second best league in the world, winning all the titles, hitting big shots, and leading grown men at the age of 18, many NBA GMs believed he wasn't better than some college basketball players. They believed Luka's game wouldn't translate and that he was too slow for the NBA. And that's how Doncic fell away to the third pick in the draft.
I mean, to be fair, there have been so many busts overseas. And I think that's why people were so scared to draft Luka. We all knew Luka was going to be really good, which is why he still went pretty damn high. There you go, top 3. But bro, it's so many busts that has happened. Like, look at the whole Ricky Rubio over Steph Curry thing. I'm sure that lived in people's minds, GM's minds. So that's being fair, I understand. But yeah, hearing his story is definitely like, damn, how does this guy not go number 1 over DeAndre Ayton of all people?
To the Atlanta Hawks, who would subsequently trade him to the Mavericks for Trae Young.
That's a W
But
trade,
even
by the way.
Mavericks, who wanted to draft
For
Luka
both
all
teams.
along.
I think it's a good trade for both teams. Because Trae Young, in my opinion, I'm so high on Trae Young. I think he's one of the best guards in the league, top 5. But he just, needs the right people around him. I think this year he's going to be a lot better, especially with Dyson Daniels in there.
Believed in his talent, and they had been tracking him since he was 13. They didn't even fully grasp his greatness. So much so that Luka didn't even start at point guard in his rookie season. Instead, he shared ball duties with Dennis Smith Jr., the previous year's lottery pick and all-rookie selection. Luka made his first start at point guard 6 weeks into the season when Smith missed a game due to injury and recorded 15 points and 8 assists in a home win over the Celtics.
Luka got it back. Luka looking for an outlet.
Doncic then averaged 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists during an 11-game stretch in December, after which the Mavs realized they had by far the best player in the draft. In January, Luka...
I wouldn't say by far. I wouldn't say by... Trae Young is right there, bro. Trae Young is right there. He took the Hawks to the Eastern Conference Finals, bro. Trae Young is right there.
Became the youngest player ever to record a triple-double and the first teenager in NBA history with a 30-point triple-double and multiple triple-doubles. Doncic was just the 5th player in NBA history to average at least 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists in his rookie year.
First of all, I would like to make the playoffs, but as personally, I think every rookie wants to win Rookie of the Year.
And he was just 2 votes shy of being the 6th player ever to win Rookie of the Year unanimously.
He's passed that next step after his first season. Like, you knew Luka's going to be that guy, and he's that guy now.
Early in his sophomore season, he became the fastest player to reach 2,000 points in the NBA, 5 games faster than LeBron James, 10 games faster than Durant and Carmelo, and 75 games faster than Kobe Bryant.
Well, that's because Kobe was a damn bench player for 2 years. Don't put Kobe in here. All right? No, that's not fair. All right? If Kobe had the same luxury that LeBron and Luka had, he'd literally have the best stats of all time. If he didn't have to run the triangle offense, he would have the best stats of all time. Kobe is the GOAT. I don't care what anybody says.
Once he got acclimated to the NBA, Luka became not only the most important piece in the Mavericks system, he was the system. A guy who pulled all the strings and made everything go. Doncic averaged 29, 9, and 9 for the season and made the first team All-NBA, becoming just the second player behind Tim Duncan with that honor in his first 2 seasons. But when the playoffs started, Luka took it up a notch.
Yeah, he did.
In his first playoff game against the Clippers, he scored 42 points, which was the most ever in an NBA playoff debut. In Game 4 of the series, Luka became the youngest player in NBA postseason history with a 40-point triple-double, scoring 43 points, 17 rebounds, and 13 assists.
He just reminds me so much of James Harden when he was in Houston, because the Mavericks did not have the best team around him. They had a whole bunch of role players. Same with James Harden. Like, it's just, bro, in my opinion, as a James Harden super fan, it's identical. I see it identical. And that's why I just don't know if Luka's ever going to win a championship. They're literally identical, bro. They play the same. They get the same amount of stats. It's just, they got like that backcourt with the role players. But we'll see, though.
Including this dagger for the win.
Oh, man. You know what?
Pulls up, 3-pointer.
For all my new subscribers, all right, the video quality is going to be ass. Like ass. But at the end of this video, I'm going to post my reaction to this game, bro. It was when I first started YouTube, all right? It's going to be bad. And I hope it don't bring you guys down all the other bad reactions. But you guys got to see my reaction to this game. I believe I watched it live, so I already knew what happened, bro. I don't even remember watching it.
However,
I used to be a Luka Glazer, bro.
Too strong for Dallas.
Just because I didn't like the Clippers.
In 6 games, despite Luka averaging 31 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists. In his third year, Luka continued to break records, again making first All-NBA team and finishing 6th in the MVP voting. Dallas again matched up with the Clippers in the first round, and Doncic was even better this time, averaging 35, 8, and 10. But the Mavericks lost again, this time in 7 games. And just like with all great players, doubters started to arise. How come Luka is so great but can't win in the playoffs? But the only difference between Luka and Michael Jordan, for example, is that Luka got that criticism earlier than anybody, since he was still only 21 years old. And when the 21-22 season started, Luka came back with a vengeance.
That's true. Bro, how you gonna tell a... The expectations were so high for Luka, they were saying he's a bust Because he couldn't win at 21 years old. That's crazy. Come on, bro. Nobody's supposed to win at 21.
Back-to-back games against the Clippers, his favorite customer, Doncic scored 96 points, including a career-high
96.
51.
Wait, what? 96 points. It's got to be.
Came back with a vengeance. In 2 back-to-back games against the Clippers, his favorite customer, Doncic scored 96 points, including a career-high 51. During February, Luka became the first player in NBA history to average 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists per game while shooting at least 40% from three-point range in a calendar month.
Damn, he shot 40%? When was the last time he shot 40% from three, bro?
Even more importantly, the Mavs finally started winning.
When was the last time he actually shot 40% from three, bro? Never. He's never shot 40% from three. So it's just in a playoff series. Let's see. Yeah, 2020 to 21, he shot 40% from three. Bro, if Luka could shoot 40% from three, he'd be really good.
They got past the Jazz
like
in the first round,
good.
which secured them a tough matchup against the defending
shooter.
Western Conference champion Phoenix Suns. It was a tough, evenly matched series.
Oh, I love this series.
With the home team winning each of the first 6 games. Game 7 was played in Phoenix.
Cook 'em!
And the world expected the Suns to advance.
I was so happy when the Mavs won.
We saw a complete abomination and a total blowout.
You know what? I'll try to link this video too, this reaction too. I'm gonna do those 2 reactions. Because I think I reacted to this game too.
The Mavs had a 46-point lead, and Doncic sunned Devin Booker, who openly mocked him in the previous game. However, in the conference finals against the Warriors, despite Luka averaging 32 points per game,
I knew the Warriors were gonna win the finals,
Mavs were
bro.
overmatched.
I knew the Warriors were gonna win the finals.
They lost the series in 5. In the 2023 season, Luka set a career high in points, 60, and rebounds, 21, becoming the first player in NBA history to record a 60-point, 20-rebound triple-double in a 126-121 victory over the New York Knicks.
Got the rebound in a one motion, put it up. I mean,
you can practice that 100 times.
It won't happen. It won't happen, right?
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
And the only player other than James Harden to record a 60-point triple-double.
All right, do you guys believe what I'm trying to tell you now, bro? I'm telling you, they're identical, bro.
And despite setting several
I don't care if you like it or not, it's just a fact.
Another first-team All-NBA, the Mavericks missed the playoffs altogether, even after they added Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, that was a very disappointing year, bro.
I want to win championship here.
They got Kyrie and still couldn't make the playoffs.
It's our goal, you know. Every season is the same goal. But it's a lot of work to do.
This brings us to 2024, and a year where Luka made another step forward and further improved his game. He improved his averages to an unreal 33.9 points, 9.8 rebounds, and 9.2 assists per game, winning his first scoring title. In a January game against
Damn, he won a scoring title last year. He could have won MVP too. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still waiting to see him lead his team to a #1 seed. Like James Harden did it. I'm waiting for Luka to do it. I believe he can. This year, I honestly think Dallas can become the #1 seed. And I think they should. If they're not top 3, it's going to be a disappointing year for Dallas.
Against Atlanta, Luka torched the Hawks for 73
I'm not going to lie. This game, he could have dropped 80, bro.
Ever. And the first 70-point game while shooting 75% or better from the field.
That is insane. This might be one of the craziest games I've ever seen. 70 points, shooting 75%. I don't think you guys realize how crazy that is, bro. And he almost had a triple-double.
Insane.
No, I was just going, you know, whatever the defense give me.
Also,
in the second half, they double me all the time, so I tried to make some plays.
Bro, Hawks, one of the worst defensive teams in the league last year. Them and the Pacers.
Sometimes I would just break
during the
double,
regular season.
So just seeing the game.
I think the Hawks were the worst.
Luka disintegrated every defense like rust disintegrates iron on an abandoned ship.
Second half of the season, Luka was really good, bro.
His footwork has become so masterful that almost every step has its own meaning. One is tiny, the second a bit bigger, the third lulls you to sleep, and with the fourth, he's gone. Jab, 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 right hook, KO. His understanding of space and basketball geometry, combined with his perfect handle, amazing footwork, and big body that constantly leans on opponents and pushes them out of balance, it's like basketball art.
The full speed,
that's a great way to
explain it. How much are you practicing that? When did you develop that?
I didn't practice that. I just call it the slow step, you know. But I never really practiced that one.
This will not be Doncic's last scoring title, and he'll continue to break records like he's done all his career.
That's facts too.
Luka is only 25, but even if he retired right now,
he's younger than me, bro.
He's already one of the greatest to ever do it. Thanks for watching Nonstop. And if you like this one, check out this video.
Ooh, the rise of Anthony Edwards. All right, Luka fans, you guys got it, man. I know Maybe you guys get mad at some of the things I said, or some of the things you agreed. My opinion, like I said, the Mavs got to be top 3 this year. Otherwise, disappointment. And I'm still expecting. Like I said, I don't ever expect him to win a championship, but I do expect him to get number 1 seed at least one time in his career. So let me know how you guys are feeling down below in the comments. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe button, all that good stuff, post notifications. I'm going to try to link some of the videos right now.